Yeah, I'm Jace or SnaccPacc, but yeah, it's me.
SnaccPacc.
Yes.
I have to ask then, off the bat, is there a cool meaning behind it or even a shit meaning?
So I used to be about twice the size I am now, and everyone used to call me Lunchbox. Then when I lost about 60 kilos, I was like, seems kind of weird calling myself Lunchbox, which was a fat joke from the time. So yeah, one of my friends called me SnaccPacc, and that just sort of stuck from there.
SnaccPacc, that's kind of cool though. So SnaccPacc, what's with this face scribble? Like what's going on there? What was your sort of motivation? Yeah.
So I've got like a lot of really like cutesy, colourful tattoos, and I figured like I want something more chaotic, a bit, discordant, something brutal, but also I need a bit of colour in there too because I'm cute. So yeah, that's why I went to Ran and just got him to fuck my shit up.
Was that what we started with? I don't remember now.
We started with the bottom lip. We did that area because I wasn't sure how work would take it, and we just started with that area, and then just every time I come back I'm like, yeah, just add a bit more, we'll keep going.
Which actually is kind of the way half the face work I do evolves, is a little tiny bit, and it keeps getting thicker and bigger and growing and less subtle. Did we do a tattoo on your side first though? Was that right?
Yes,
yeah.
Actually, yeah. The first tattoo I got by you was a V8 engine up my ribs.
That's right. I think that was my first Sydney trip. Yeah. And I suppose later we'll have a look at it because I'm assuming that shrunk a bit now because you did have a bit of a belly back then.
Yeah, I definitely did. It might have shrunk. I don't really know. It's hard to tell because I live with this. So as I reduce in size, it all just looks the same.
You'd probably only notice big changes, not the subtle changes that we'd all notice, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, what are your sort of future plans with your tattooing? What are you thinking of doing?
No idea. Just more and more coverage. That's pretty much it. I got heaps of blank skin, so I just got to keep going.
And sort of how has been the response to, say, your face, which is obviously much harder to hide? I know you're not fussed about it, but what sort of, is there been a lot of positive or a lot of negative or both in response to it?
A lot of both. I never get negatives in person, which I guess kind of shows the sort of people that are willing to say something. But in person, it's always like, oh, wow, that looks really cool. I love it, blah, blah, blah. But online, you usually get like silly comments like, oh, you look like the underside of a school desk or something like that, But, I just take it all in my stride because I know that anyone that's making those comments doesn't really understand what I'm doing anyway.
No, true. Well, yeah, I'm stoked that you keep coming back and getting more cool stuff, and thanks for having a chat to us.
Absolutely. Anytime.
What are you thinking of getting done?
So, like, just sort of like a black scratchy thing, sort of like a scar coming up over that right eye, up from my lip, and then like a teal, like blood splatter type thing coming out of it. That's the general idea to start with, and then just keep working on it from there.
You sort of want to come up like this, don't you?
Yeah.
We've got to be careful. We don't want to follow that angle.
That's fine.
If you know what I mean.
You know lines better than I do, man.
Yeah, supposedly.
This is why I pay an artist to do this, and I don't do it.
Close your eye gently, yeah. Just in case I slip. I don't know. I'm not Russian.
Yeah, neither.
So we're thinking that line, that's going to be in black.
Yep.
These are going to be chunked up.
Mm-hmm.
Old pizza tattoos.
I did also think that when I shaved back, I realised that it doesn't quite join there. Maybe just fill that in a little bit too.
Come down into the beard a bit more.
Yeah.
that's kind of what we're going to have to do, because if I come across like that, I'm sort of a little bit stuck because so this angle, like when I look at front on, or even from the side, it's like this, and then I've sort of got this one going like that. Now if I go any more upright, it's going to hit your nose.
Yep.
And if I come over this way, it's just going to be this really weird triangular shape, and that's not good.
Yep.
So I reckon that's where it's got to go for that. We'll get you to look in the mirror anyway, but...
She doesn't post pictures much.
She didn't before though, did you? I can't remember. The worst Photoshop ever, because you can tell it's not real. When it says tattoo concept or tattoo idea. So they probably haven't read, have they? They've just looked at the picture, like dum-dums do.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Guys, I lit and you're like, yeah, getting ink in your eyes is fucking awful. And I was like, oh fuck, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, so I'm going to try not to. You just keep it closed. I'm not going to go... What I'm going to do is just do... Yeah, there's a bit of trust involved in this part of it, isn't it? Well, I suppose all of it's your face, but... Yeah, people sometimes open their eye a bit and like I can see a fleck. It didn't go right next to your eye, but it's nearer than where I'm tattooing, and that's what happens. A little flick of ink goes in there, and then they're like, poison! Why are you doing this to me? But where's it stored?
So it has hard drives in it.
Where?
In the time machine. They don't have formal ranks. They're not like, there's no member list or anything like that.
Hence why anonymous, but yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes there might be really clever people doing, just contradict everything I've been talking about in a way by saying I don't think there's any, and I might be wrong, but I don't think there's a huge conspiracy around Corona.
Money. They are the biggest industrial country in the world.
Yeah. I don't know. We sort of just chatted about it, and I thought it was an interesting take on it. This trip.
What are you using? Just...
There's wooden chairs that we...
Oh, that's fucked.